Africa. The name conjures up images of vast savannas, incredible wildlife, and vibrant cultures. It's a continent brimming with natural resources, diamonds, gold, oil, you name it. Yet poverty remains a stark reality for millions. How can a place so rich be home to so much hardship? The answer, my friends, is far more complex than it seems. It's a story of missed opportunities, challenging geography, and yes, sometimes questionable leadership. This isn't about pointing fingers or dwelling on the negative. It's about understanding the full picture. It's about looking beyond the stereotypes and acknowledging the systemic issues that have hampered Africa's progress. It's time we move past simplistic narratives and engage in an honest conversation about what's really going on. So, buckle up as we unpack this complex issue. We'll explore the geographical hurdles, the leadership challenges, and the lingering effects of colonialism. By the end, you'll see why the question isn't simply, is Africa poor? But rather, what are the factors holding Africa back, and how can we collectively work towards a brighter future? Let's start with the most obvious barrier: geography. Africa's landscape is incredibly diverse, ranging from vast deserts to dense rainforests, and this diversity presents unique challenges for navigation. Now, I'm no geography whiz, but even I can see that Africa's got some tough terrain. The continent's topography is a mix of high plateaus, mountain ranges, and deep valleys, making it difficult to establish consistent and reliable water routes. Unlike Europe or North America, with their long navigable rivers, Africa's waterways are often interrupted by rapids and waterfalls. These natural barriers disrupt the flow of rivers, making them less suitable for large-scale transportation. This makes it crazy expensive to transport goods by boat. The cost of navigating these treacherous waters often outweighs the benefits, leading to higher prices for goods and services. Think about it. It's way cheaper to ship something across the ocean than it is to move it across a continent riddled with obstacles. Ocean shipping benefits from economies of scale and relatively smooth sailing, while African rivers require specialized equipment and expertise. Geographer as S2. Take the Congo River, for example. It's a prime illustration of these challenges. It's the second longest river in the world, but good luck navigating it smoothly. The Congo River is notorious for its unpredictable currents and numerous obstacles. It's got more waterfalls and rapids than a water park on steroids. These natural features make it nearly impossible for large vessels to travel without significant risk. This makes trade and transportation a real pain, literally and figuratively. The physical strain on workers and the financial burden on businesses are substantial. And let's not forget about the Sahara Desert, the largest hot desert in the world. Its sheer size and harsh conditions create a formidable barrier to transportation. It's not exactly a bustling trade route, unless you're a camel with a serious thirst for adventure. The desert's extreme temperatures and lack of water sources make it inhospitable for most forms of transport. This lack of easy water transport has a ripple effect on everything. It affects the cost of goods, the efficiency of trade, and the overall economic development of the region. It makes it harder for businesses to trade, for farmers to get their goods to market, and for people to connect with each other. The limited infrastructure means that many communities remain isolated and underdeveloped. It's like trying to run a marathon with your shoelaces tied together. You might get there eventually, but it's going to be a whole lot harder and take a whole lot longer. The challenges of navigating Africa's waterways are a significant hurdle to the continent's growth and prosperity. Historically, explorers and traders faced immense difficulties when trying to chart these rivers. Many expeditions ended in failure due to the unpredictable nature of the waterways. Today, there are efforts to improve this situation. Infrastructure projects are underway to build dams, locks and canals that can help make these rivers more navigable. Local experts believe that with the right investments, Africa's rivers could become vital arteries for trade and commerce, significantly boosting the continent's economy. Looking at successful water transport projects in other parts of the world, there's hope that similar initiatives could transform Africa's waterways. Imagine a future where Africa's rivers are bustling with activity, connecting communities and driving economic growth. It's a vision worth striving for, despite the challenges. Navigating Africa's waterways is no easy feat, but with determination and innovation, there's potential for a brighter, more connected future. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so water transport is tough, but what about roads and railways? Surely they must offer a viable alternative, right? Well, let's dive deeper into that. Well, that's another hurdle. Building and maintaining infrastructure in Africa is expensive, thanks again to the challenging geography. The cost of constructing roads and railways is significantly higher due to the diverse and often harsh landscapes. Mountains, deserts, and dense forests make it a logistical nightmare. These natural barriers not only increase the cost but also the time required to complete infrastructure projects. Imagine trying to build a highway through the Amazon rainforest. It's not for the faint of heart or the light of wallet. The same applies to many parts of Africa where the terrain is equally challenging. Economist, as S1, this lack of efficient land transport infrastructure makes everything more expensive. The inefficiencies in the system lead to higher operational costs for businesses. Goods have to travel further, fuel costs go up, and those costs get passed down to consumers. The longer the distance and the more difficult the journey, the higher the fuel consumption, which directly impacts the price of goods. It's a vicious cycle that makes it harder for businesses to compete and for people to afford basic necessities. High transportation costs can cripple small businesses, making it nearly impossible for them to thrive. Imagine trying to run a business when it costs a small fortune just to get your products to your customers. The high cost of logistics can eat into profit margins, leaving businesses struggling to stay afloat. This is where the poorly managed part of the equation comes in. Inefficient management and lack of strategic planning further complicate the situation. While geography throws up some serious challenges, it's the lack of investment in infrastructure and the often corrupt systems that exacerbate the problem. Corruption can lead to misallocation of funds, delaying projects and increasing costs. It's like being stuck in a traffic jam, but instead of trying to fix the roadblocks, the people in charge are just sitting in their fancy cars, sipping champagne, and wondering why everyone's so upset. This lack of accountability and vision hinders progress and development. However, it's not all doom and gloom. There are potential solutions and successful projects that can serve as models. Investing in modern technology, fostering public-private partnerships, and ensuring transparent governance can pave the way for better infrastructure. Community involvement and grassroots efforts also play a crucial role. When local communities are engaged in the planning and execution of infrastructure projects, the outcomes are often more sustainable and effective. With visionary leadership and a commitment to overcoming these challenges, the future of African infrastructure can be bright. It's about turning obstacles into opportunities and ensuring that the benefits of development reach everyone. By addressing these issues head-on, Africa can unlock its full potential, making trade more efficient and boosting economic growth. The high cost of trade can be mitigated with the right strategies and a collective effort towards progress. So, while the challenges are significant, the opportunities for improvement and growth are equally immense. With determination and innovation, Africa can transform its trade landscape and create a more prosperous future for all. Let's talk about agriculture, the backbone of many African economies. Agriculture is not just a means of livelihood, it's a way of life for millions of people across the continent. From the vast savannas to the lush river valleys, farming is deeply embedded in the cultural and economic fabric of Africa. You'd think a continent with so much fertile land would be killing it in the farming department, right? Well, not so fast. Despite the potential, the reality on the ground is far more complex and challenging. While Africa has vast areas of arable land, it also faces unpredictable rainfall patterns, soil erosion, and pests and diseases that can wipe out entire harvests. These challenges are compounded by climate change, which has made weather patterns even more erratic and difficult to predict. It's like playing roulette with your crops. You might hit the jackpot one season, but the next season, you could lose everything. The stakes are incredibly high, and the margin for error is razor thin. Environmental scientists as S5 compare this to regions like Europe and North America, where farmers benefit from more predictable weather patterns, fertile soils, and advanced agricultural technologies. These regions have invested heavily in research and development, leading to innovations that have significantly boosted agricultural productivity. They're playing poker with a loaded deck, while African farmers are stuck with a handful of jokers. The disparity in resources and support is stark and undeniable. This isn't to say that African farmers aren't resilient and resourceful, they are. In fact, their ability to adapt and innovate in the face of adversity is nothing short of remarkable. But they're fighting an uphill battle against a system that often doesn't support them. Government policies, infrastructure, and access to technology are often lacking, making it difficult for farmers to maximize their potential. Lack of access to credit, modern farming techniques, and fair market prices makes it incredibly difficult for them to thrive. Without the necessary financial resources, farmers can't invest in better seeds, fertilizers, or equipment that could improve their yields. It's like trying to win a race with one leg tied behind your back. You might be fast, but you're not playing on a level playing field. The challenges are immense, but so is the potential for growth and improvement. There are, however, glimmers of hope. Community-based agricultural training programs are springing up across the continent, providing farmers with the knowledge and tools they need to improve their practices. Innovative techniques like drip irrigation, organic farming, and agroforestry are being adopted, helping to mitigate some of the challenges posed by the environment. Collaboration and knowledge sharing among farmers are also on the rise, fostering a sense of community and collective problem solving. Mobile technology is playing a crucial role, providing farmers with real-time information on market prices and weather updates, enabling them to make more informed decisions. Despite the odds, many African farmers are finding ways to succeed. Their determination and ingenuity are paving the way for a brighter future in agriculture. The road ahead is long and fraught with challenges, but with continued support and innovation, there's hope that the land will one day cooperate and African agriculture will thrive. Please like, comment, share and follow Craig T. Chazul.